TikTok in the last couple years has created probably more millionaires than basically any other platform combined. And in 2025, the reality is it's only going to get bigger. And yes, I know a lot of people are saying TikTok's going to get banned, but after watching this video and learning all about the different revenue sources that are available on TikTok Shop, I think you'll see why that's most definitely not going to happen. And since starting on TikTok back in February, I've consistently made over $10,000 every single month as an affiliate promoting TikTok Shop product videos. But the craziest part is this is just one of the many ways that you can make serious money on TikTok right now. And so in this video, I want to break down and show you guys some of the 5 best ways to make life-changing money on TikTok in general in 2024. And I can tell you right now, number 4 is something that almost nobody is talking about, even though some people are making $1,000 plus a day. And trust me, I looked for content on this and it is not out there. So let's get right into it. Here are the top 5 ways to make money on TikTok. And if you're wondering why my hair might look a little bit longer, it's because I started taking Mary Ruth. I bought it from TikTok Shop, and so it's been working super well. No, just kidding. So the file got corrupted, so we had to reshoot it. So if you're wondering why things look slightly different, that's why. There's a million different ways to make money on TikTok. It's not just TikTok Shop. I know I talk a lot about TikTok Shop. That's where I've made my money. But the truth is there are literally infinite ways to make money on this platform. So I wanted to talk about some of these different ways that I've seen myself. I've known multiple people to make money in these different ways. So here's how I would specifically do that if I wasn't looking to make money on TikTok Shop, obviously. So again, the first one, this is my bread and butter. TikTok Shop affiliate. I've done over $1.3 million in GMV since starting this back in February. I do anywhere from $15, $20, $25, $30, $40,000 a month commission on TikTok Shop. And this method, again, if you've seen my channel, if you haven't yet, go watch all the other videos related to TikTok Shop, because this is, in my opinion, the best way to make money online as a beginner. But again, you can get samples for free. You don't have to buy really anything. You can start today once you have your account, and it's all down to product selection, content strategy, and just building relationships with brands. And like, this is probably the easiest way to get to 10K per month as a complete beginner TikTok Shop. So if you guys, I have a full guide on that. I have basically every other video on this channel is about TikTok Shop, so I'm not going to talk too much about that, but obviously in my opinion that is the best way to make money on TikTok specifically. So the second one, this one is, again, it's kind of related to TikTok Shop, but it doesn't have to be, is just starting your own brand. Again, you know, a lot of these brands, they start with absolutely zero sales, and they start on TikTok and they blow up through TikTok Shop just by leveraging organic content. And so the cool thing is when you start a brand on TikTok Shop specifically, you can start to get this spillover effect to other platforms. So you'll see a lot of times these brands will blow up on TikTok Shop and you think, oh wow, they sold 100,000 units. But what you don't know is they probably sold 4 times that on a platform like Amazon. So usually for affiliates, every single order that you generate from your account, typically brands will see 3 to 4 to sometimes even 5 orders for every single order that you earned commission for as a TikTok Shop affiliate. So that's a real secret that most people don't know about, but the spillover effect is real. And so it's not even related to just TikTok Shop, but starting a brand in general is one of the best ways to make money on TikTok, just because you're leveraging content for free. You're posting content, you're driving traffic. You can put a link in your bio to actually start to get people to buy your product. And so once you have product, you can easily start posting and just get sales just by pushing traffic to your website. It doesn't even have to be TikTok Shop. And so the third one, this is a unheard of one for a lot of people. Most people see this on TikTok, but they don't really know what's going on. And so actually I was a part of this program. I got invited to be an agency for TikTok Live specifically. So a lot of the stuff that I know, most other people in the world don't know about TikTok Live specifically. I've talked to TikTok directly about their live streaming program. So there's a ton of different types of TikTok lives. And so this is the most common one right here, the battles. If you've seen these battles, you're probably thinking, what is going on right now? But what's happening in the background is these creators, they are getting donations essentially. So people on TikTok, just watching TikTok, they will buy coins and then they can spend these coins on gifts to then give to creators on TikTok. So there's plenty of people making multi-5 figures a month just doing live streams on TikTok. And some people like this better because they don't have to push a specific product. But with this one specifically, you're able to just talk about anything. There's plenty of people who just play their own music on TikTok lives. You know, you have the NPC streamers. If you don't know what that is, just scroll on TikTok, you'll see them. They just do random things. And if you send a certain gift, they'll do a backflip or some other obscene gesture on their TikTok live. And so that's another example. Or another themed one. Themed characters are a big one. In December, there was actually Santa Claus. He came on TikTok Live. Long story short, he was averaging like 3,000 people at a time. So he probably made, Santa Claus probably made a lot of money from getting TikTok gifts on TikTok Live. And that's just one example. You know, I'm sure there's going to be the Easter Bunny this April. I'm waiting for that one. Whatever other theme there is, there's going to be people doing it. And so they're getting gifts. So that's how they're monetizing on the back end. So, and this is a very easy way to start on TikTok. If you just want to do something that you enjoy, you can do cooking. You can even just film yourself going live playing a round of golf. And so it takes consistency, but after a while, you can really start to monetize by getting these gifts because people start to buy into who you are as a person. And so these are some more examples here. Again, gaming's obviously a big one. TikTok's really pushing. And again, TikTok themselves have told me this. I've had conversations with them. They are trying to push heavily into streaming. They are trying to compete with Twitch, Kick, all these other streaming platforms. So these are some more examples. And this guy here, he was just chilling. He was just talking to the camera and he had 50 people talking. And so you can just get these gifts on TikTok for just being yourself. Again, it takes consistency. Don't just think you can hop on and the very next day start making tens of thousands of dollars from gifts. It takes time to build up, but it is something that can be very worthwhile because TikTok, they are pushing live streams very heavily. So again, you get them from gifts. Top streamers, they're making over $50,000 a month. And if you're confused, you're like, hey, where do I go for help? Just start live streaming because all these agencies, they will just like hound your account. They will try to reach out to you. So just start going live and you'll eventually have an agency reach out to you. They get paid by TikTok to help you make money more efficiently. So the better you do, the more they get paid from TikTok. So just start streaming. You will eventually have multiple people reaching out to you to join their agency, which they get paid by TikTok to help you out. And so again, there's a ton of different examples of this. And so if you need a TikTok account, you need 1,000 followers, just go to the website z2u.com. You can buy an account for like $15. It's super simple. Just spend a couple days scrolling on the account before you go live. Otherwise, you won't get any traffic, but that's an easy way to get a cheap TikTok account for TikTok Live specifically. Again, consistency is key. If you want any sort of results from this, stick with it. The fourth one is kind of similar to TikTok Shop, right? TikTok Shop is an iteration of UGC and just content creation. Now, this is more the traditional sense of content creation. And so what happens is over the past 5 years, brands have been paying people to make videos for their brand that they run as Facebook ads, that they run as Instagram ads, that they run as just ads in general. They need people to make those ads. So UGC is a type of content, again, that brands need for ads on every single social media platform, not just TikTok, but every single one. And so they're looking for people to make this content. Again, these brands are literally desperate for people to make content for them because ads in social media are only becoming more and more prevalent. So you need fresh ads every single day, especially these big brands. They launch 200, 300, 400 ads a week just testing different things. So there has to be people behind these ads. So UGC is a great way to get guaranteed money. You know, a lot of brands will pay, $1,000 for, 10, 15, 20 videos. Now they are more polished. There's a direct distinction between UGC style content and TikTok Shop style content. UGC is much more polished typically, and TikTok Shop is kind of more natural, raw, organic. It's more kind of direct response marketing skills than UGC. But over time, we're starting to notice that these lines are kind of blending because what's working well on TikTok Shop is now translating into UGC. So just keep that in mind in terms of what's working for UGC. And again, there's multiple different ways you can actually monetize from this. You can be an individual creator. You could very easily do $4,000 or $5,000 a month part-time just doing this, making UGC videos for these brands. Or even there's another more advanced path where you can become an agency where you just basically connect brands and creators and you take a portion of that fee to connect them together. And again, here's how to start. A lot of people are probably going to say, well, how do I actually start on this? Again, just find smaller brands on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok even, and just reach out to them. And again, the smaller brands still need UGC just as much, if not more, than some of the bigger brands. And so the problem with a lot of these bigger brands is they already have an army of people or they have an agency already in place. So if you kind of find some of these smaller brands, you're not going to have to go through a bunch of employees. Again, you can make anywhere from $100 to $200 a video just to make a clean looking video, and that's something called UGC. And again, you can easily scale this just by hiring a VA in the Philippines to edit these videos for you. There's a million different ways you can scale this, but this is a way that's not a typical TikTok Shop. And then what you'll see a lot of times is TikTok Shop creators will hop into UGC and UGC will hop into TikTok Shop and vice versa. The lines are really blending between those two different ways to make money. And the fifth one is actually just coaching and education, just teaching what works for you. And so people are willing to pay money for that. There's a ton of different niches to focus on. Myself, I talk about TikTok Shop. I have my own TikTok Shop mentorship where if you can teach people how you're making tens of thousands of dollars a month, people will very easily and want to pay money for your expertise. And that's the same case even with me for TikTok Shop. But it's not even just TikTok Shop. It's anything that you become good at, whether it's brand building, just making content, or even, this is a really common one, is how to successfully, interview for jobs and actually land a high paying gig. A really common one is tech sales or just tech in general, how to land a job in tech. So if you can actually help people get an extra $5,000 to $10,000 on their salary and how to negotiate that and how to set up those skills, would they be willing to pay $1,000 if you can help make them 5 to 10K more per year just by negotiating better or finding better high paying jobs? Of course. So that's the kind of stuff you have to think about. And obviously things like that are infinitely scalable. So even as far as cooking, so it doesn't have to just be coaching. It could be, hey, I started a page on how I do all these recipes, and then, I'm going to sell a recipe book. I'm going to sell a subscription. You can sell subscriptions on TikTok where people have to pay, say, $8 a month, and they'll get access to videos that they only get to see by, paying that $8 per month. You can start a subscription base. So these are the many different ways you can monetize. Anybody can take anything. It can be golf. It can be cooking, it can be crafts, it can be home improvement, literally anything. There's something you are good at. I really hope so, but there's probably something that you are good at, and that if you just stuck with and posted videos on it, you would be shocked at how many people want to have that same skill or learn things from you specifically. And here's a good example of this guy here. Again, money coach Vince is talking a lot about, kind of avoiding debt, how to make more money, and he's monetizing that in the same way that I, like I said, I have my TikTok Shop mentorship program. And if people want to learn from someone who is making multiple tens of thousands of dollars every single month, is it reasonable for somebody to want to pay to learn how to acquire those skills? Absolutely. So those are the 5 best ways to make money on TikTok going into 2025. And here's the thing. You genuinely don't need any special skills, connections, or even a huge following to get started with any of these messages, but you do need someone who's done it and can show you the exact right way how to do it. And if we're being honest, if you're not already making at least $5,000 to $10,000 per month on TikTok, you probably need some help getting there. And so that's why I'm offering something special. I'm looking for just a couple people, honestly, who are serious about making life-changing money on TikTok and want to work with you personally to make it happen. Click the first link in the description if you want to learn more about working with me one-on-one. Again, it's not for everybody, and if you're someone who wants to take it seriously and wants to get to that next level, then this might be for you. I'll show you exactly how to get started, create content that converts, and just start to build real relationships with brands that can change your life. So again, click that link now. I'll see you guys on the inside. And if you want to learn more for free, make sure you subscribe to this channel because I have all sorts of free content giving you the best information that I possibly can. So see you in the next one.